Hi there and welcome back to Cloth with Cody. Today is the final day for the Flats and Hand Washing Challenge. It is officially over. I did my final hand wash for all the diapers that I used for the challenge. We actually ended up being out of town all day yesterday, which was Sunday, the last day, so I had 2 days of diapers to wash. I didn't get my diapers washed in the morning and then all the ones from yesterday, so this morning I did my final wash and I'm here to give you the final information about what I learned and how the Flats and Hand Washing Challenge went. So the number one thing I learned was that I can do it. I can finish a challenge. This was probably the first challenge that I've ever finished. I've tried other kinds of challenges and I can't finish them. So this one I finished and I was very happy with how it went. Another thing I learned was that flats and covers really do work. I have used them in the past, like I said in my other videos. That was something that I did try when Marcus was really little and I couldn't get his all-in-ones or pocket diapers to fit. He had some leg gaps and so the flats really worked. I could get them nice and tight around the legs for him, and then the covers I had were smaller so they would fit. And now that I did the challenge and I was using flats and covers throughout the whole day, it did really work and I was really happy with the turnout of those. I did end up, I know I said in my stash video that I didn't have plans on going anywhere, that I would need to change his diaper, so we went to baseball and soccer and the grocery store and I didn't end up needing to change him while we were out, and the flats and covers held up. I had no leaks while we were out, which was great. I have had leaks in the past with the all-in-ones, just kind of getting some compression leaks from being in his car seat. So I was really happy that we had no issues there. And then yesterday when we were out all day, I had to change him and there was no issues there. I pre-folded my flats, which worked really nice. I didn't have to worry about folding them while we're on a smaller changing table or having to change his diaper quickly. So that worked really nice that way, and they worked great. Hand washing isn't as hard as I thought it would be. I was kind of nervous about that part. Just, am I going to get them clean? Is it going to be hard to do? Going to get them rinsed well enough? And it went fine. It was a lot easier than having to come up with a wash routine and stick to that. When we had just moved before I started cloth diapering, and I was nervous about the new washer and dryer that we got. I have a high efficiency one versus my old house did not. I had a nice agitator and I was excited about washing diapers and I never got the chance to in that washer. So using this one, I had to do some extra research on how to get them clean with the high efficiency, to use enough water, and then we also have hard water here, so I have to use borax or washing soda to soften my water, and I didn't have to do that with hand washing them or with the flats. They came out nice and clean. I had no issues with that. No staining issues. Was able to hang them in the sun, so they got sunned all but one day. One day was too rainy to hang, and so I did end up needing to hang them inside to dry. But other than that, they dried great in the sun, and there was no issues. They came out nice and sparkly white. If it came down to it, I would be able to hand wash whether we're on vacation, if the power went out, my washer quit working, we're camping, or just somewhere where I didn't have access to a washing machine. I would hand wash. I wouldn't have to switch to disposables. I know how to hand wash. I feel comfortable with hand washing. So that is something that I would be able to do if it did come down to it and I needed to. I already told you that hand washing gets the diapers cleaner than I feel my washer gets them. It gets them nice and shiny and white. When I wash some of the poopy diapers in the washing machine, sometimes I notice they're still dirty and have to rewash them. I didn't have to do that with the hand washing. I got them nice and clean. One thing I did tell you in the video from Saturday that he hadn't pooped yet, and he did end up going 3:30 in the morning. He went and it was 3 diapers full. It was a mess. We got it taken care of. I had no lease of that. I was really surprised with not, because when he does, he's exclusively breastfed, so when he does go, it's really loose and runny, and so when I've had him go in some of the other diapers, he leaks out the legs just because he's going so much at once. He did not leak at all with these. He did get some on the cover one of the times he went, the other two that stayed in the flap, but it didn't come out of the cover. So I was excited about that. Do you think that's funny too? Yeah, you think that's funny too? He's right here. See, I think that's funny too. See, I think that's funny. Like I said, I am capable of using flats and covers while we're out. I was nervous about it at first, but it is completely doable. Just as easy as using the pockets or all-in-ones. I had no problems with that, so that was really nice. Flats and covers is a really great budget-friendly stash. I didn't do the math before when I first started cloth diapering because budget wasn't a problem with us. I was able to spend what I needed to on my stash in general, but with doing this challenge and having to list out what I was using and find the prices of them and then comparing them to disposables, flats and covers is a completely budget friendly. Like I told you, I got my stash the stash I used was under $100. I feel that's completely doable compared to how much that $100 would get you in disposables. You'd only be cloth diapering for a couple months and have to spend more. So if you could cloth diaper for your whole cloth diapering journey for that price, I think it's very successful and very easy to do. Finding the right fold is really helpful. I know I told you that I was doing the Happy Anteater and diaper bag fold along with a couple others, and they just didn't work out for us. I didn't like how bulky they were in certain areas. I feel the absorbency wasn't good enough right in the front where he needed it, and he had some leaks out there when he had pooped, and so finding the right fold was really beneficial for us. I really like the Pickman fold. I'm really happy I found it through this challenge, and I was excited to use that and have that fold. Pre-folding your flats after you wash them is also something I learned and was really happy about. I didn't have to spend time to fold them while I was diapering. In the past, I've just kind of kept them in a stack and used them that way, and this time I folded them all right away and had them ready to use, and that was really easy and really nice. I could just take one, throw it on, throw the cover over it, and it was good. Make sure your diaper is on correctly in the middle of the night when you're diapering. That was the leak that I had, was the diaper had leaked when I tried to put it on at 1:30 in the morning, and so that is one thing I learned. Make sure it is on correctly, but I think that would go with any diaper. Obviously, if you don't have it on correctly, it's not going to do its job. Hand washing daily is really something that makes the challenge or makes diapering in general easier. I did have to wash 2 days of diapers, and it was doable, completely doable, but it was a little harder because you have just more diapers in the 5-gallon bucket. If I was using my bathtub, it probably wouldn't be that difficult, but using the bucket, it was harder. Another thing I learned was that I probably would want to get gloves if I had to hand wash for a longer period of time. Wringing out the diapers without gloves did make it a little bit more difficult, and I think gloves would help that. I had read from other people in the challenge that gloves helped them be able to wring easier. I didn't have any issues with my hands drying out or getting blisters or anything that way from the soap I was using, but it was kind of sore in my hands to wring them out after the week was over. Another thing I would do that I learned from other people doing the challenge was to drill holes in my plunger. I think that would help the water go through it better and not have the plunger stick to the bottom of the bucket and then like fly up when I was doing the diapers. And then to weigh down my drying rack, that fell over every day that I had it outside. Just the wind picked up with the diapers and it just tipped right over. It wasn't a mess or anything to clean up. I just had to tip it back up, but I would probably add some weights to the bottom of that to hang it outside. So that is what I learned for the challenge. Like I said, the challenge went great. It's something that I'm not going to continue hand washing. I'm going to add flats and covers to my diapering routine, or diapering rotation rather. I will add those to that because they were easy to use. They were great. I loved how well they worked for him, and I'm really happy that I was able to complete the challenge and that everything went great there. I look forward to it again next year, and I hope that we got some awareness out there for diapering and fulfilling that diaper need. If you liked these videos, please give them a thumbs up and subscribe. I am planning on doing some more videos and putting out content weekly or every other week, and so I'd love to have you follow along with me. If you have any ideas for videos, please leave them in the comments. Like I said, I have a few ideas in my mind, but I'd love to know what you guys want to see and what interests you for cloth diapering. Thank you for watching.